What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to a comedy skit by Brittle Star, and this is called Explaining Canada Day to Americans. And happy Canada Day, by the way. And since today is Canada Day, I thought this would be the perfect video to take a look at, especially for Americans like me. So, to be honest, I know that this video here is supposed to be a funny joke comedy skit, but to be completely honest, I really do think most Americans don't know about Canada Day. Don't know that it's a thing, have never heard of it before, don't really understand what you Canadians get up to, what you guys are doing on this day. So the topic of explaining Canada Day to Americans actually seems very, very appropriate. So let's take a look.
Hey, neighbor. Oh, hi, America. What's with the decorations? It's Canada Day. We're having a little get-together. Canada Day?
You can barely say it. You can barely utter the words. Canada Day? Huh? I mean, funny enough, I really do think that this is the reaction most Americans would give. I learn about Canada on the internet for a while now, so I've heard of Canada Day at this point, but I know from personal experience, I lived my entire life, like well into my adult life, for many, many years, and I never once heard of Canada Day, which I don't know why, because I think Canadians, you're probably all very aware of America's, like, 4th of July, Independence Day celebrations, but I think it's really just a testament to how isolated us Americans are in our America bubble, where, like, we certainly don't know about most cultures around the world, but obviously not even much about Canada. That's, you guys are right next to us, for crying out loud. So yeah, even though this is, like, funny, there's a lot of truth to this here.
Decorations. It's Canada Day. We're having a little get-together. Canada Day? Yeah, kind of like July 4th for you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
July 4th. July 4th. I think that's how you know this video was made by a Canadian. No American would ever say July 4th. That sounds strange to me. You always call it 4th of July, but I think it's if that's the most disrespect, I'm joking here. If that's the most disrespect Canadians show to 4th of July, I think that's warranted, because we don't even know about Canada Day at all.
Day? Yeah, kind of like July 4th for you guys. Yeah, but we do July 4th because we got lots of stuff to celebrate. We got Eagles and freedom and KFC.
Oh, no. No. You know what? This is this is painful, but I think it's painful because this is kind of accurate to what Americans are like.
What do you have to celebrate?
Oh! That is just, not just ignorant, but, it's okay to admit when you don't know things, but to be so rude about it. I know this is like a fictional comedy routine sketch here. It's not real, but that rubs me the wrong way. And I'm not Canadian even.
Did you just say, what do we have to celebrate? Yeah, universal health care. So if you break your leg, you can still afford a snack while you wait in the ER. The metric.
No! No! No. Oh no. What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? We just unleashed Canadian hell onto us with that little statement there. What do you guys have to celebrate in Canada, huh? Well, just because you don't know a single thing about Canada and Canadian culture, what a way to phrase it. That is like rage baiting. That is trying to start an argument. What does Canada even have to celebrate? And now we're getting it. Oh boy, you're bringing up the healthcare. You're bringing up the healthcare and other things too.
The metric system. But to be fair, everybody else has that except you.
Ah! Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts.
Maternity leave.
Ah!
Because we think if a woman carries around another human for 9 months, she might need some time off.
Oh, no. I didn't know this was just going to be a roast of America. I mean, I can't even argue against it. Because what can you even say? Even as an American, I can't refute these. This is just facts. You guys have the taxpayer-funded universal healthcare system. Everyone gets healthcare. No stupid insurance system and deductibles and co-pays and that's out of network. You're not covered. None of that. What else are we talking about? The metric system. Yes, the metric system. Maternity leave. I was actually talking to this about to a friend recently, because I know a little bit about Canadian maternity leave. Do you guys really get, wait, how long?
Maternity leave. Because we think if a woman carries around another human for 9 months, she might need some time off.
Yeah. I want to say you guys get like, how long is your maternity leave? Is it like six months or more? I was trying to explain that to someone, a friend, and they were just absolutely mind blown. I was like, yeah, other countries, apparently, the maternity leave is more than 3 months. It can be like 6 months or 9 months or something crazy. And it's like, but no, apparently we're the weird ones for not doing that. It's funny, yeah, I was just thinking about that. So, yeah, that's an accurate diss of America.
Poutine. French fries,
Oh.
gravy, cheese curds.
Poutine. So this is this is what Canada Day means for Canadians. Everything Canada does that's great. Healthcare, fair maternity leave that actually makes sense. Metric systems that make sense. You could boil this down to just Canada makes sense. When you choose to do certain things, you just are logical and make sense. You could boil it to that. And then poutine. Poutine is the fries with the cheese and the gravy, right?
If Angels owned food trucks, they'd make poutine.
I don't know what to think about poutine. I think it looks good. You know, you put gravy on mashed potatoes. People put cheese on potatoes. But altogether, I'm not quite sure. Cheese and gravy. Anyway, I don't know.
Make poutine. Bagged milk. It's more environmentally friendly. Plus, it feels like you're holding a cold, wet baby.
Really? Really? This is what Canada Day means? Bags of milk? Okay.
So and beer. Actual beer. Not yellow water. Beer. And lots of it.
Wow. Even bringing the beer into this.
Butter tarts. If you put sex and gold into a blender, you get a butter tart.
Really?
Of course, hockey. We did it first, we still do it best. But American teams win the Stanley Cup. American teams, Canadian players.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't follow hockey really. I've reacted to it before. It's actually a really cool sport. So that's actually like the perfect comeback. I never thought about that. American hockey teams have a lot of Canadian players on them. So American teams that win are doing so using Canadian skill, you could say. That's interesting. I've never thought about that.
Oh, and to your KFC point, Colonel Sanders lived in Canada, so we made it
What?
even better by pronouncing it KFC.
What? What? No. No, even Colonel Sanders or whoever, the KFC guy, lived in Canada. What? You even have that?
It's true. He lived in Canada from 1965 to 1980.
Really?
Yeah, that is weird,
That's weird. Okay.
but it's true.
Okay.
But you know what we don't have? What? Pennies, because they're stupid pocket weights.
You don't have pennies. What if you need change? You know, that's down to the penny. What do you do?
Y'all do have some stuff to celebrate, I guess. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. The big fat Canadian sorry right at the end to cap it off. That was very good. This was funny, but it wasn't even that much of a comedy sketch when it was all said and done. It was funny, like the stuff that I guess all of those things really are like, that's Canadian culture. There's a lot more to Canadian culture as well, I'm sure, but a lot of this stuff was just facts, like cool stuff about Canada. Quite a few things Canada actually does better than the United States with a couple of these things. I'll even admit that. Yeah, this was funny and informative and also embarrassing and an attack on America, all in a friendly sort of way, and valid criticisms, and educational at the same time. This little comedy thing sketch actually was much better and interesting than I thought. So I quite enjoyed this, and I thought this was perfect to do on Canada Day. Most Americans are hopefully not as rude as this American. What does Canada have to celebrate? What did you guys ever do? Okay, most Americans, I don't think, would be that stupidly rude. But a lot of Americans are generally like, this attitude of like, huh? Canada Day? Like, what? Why? What does that mean? That's a thing? So for the sake of setting the record straight there, I thought this was very good. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on Canada Day and all the things that make Canada great and all the things that were mentioned in this video. That'd be really cool to hear about, especially from Canadians out there on your special day of days. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before and learning about Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and have a very, very happy, cool, fun, merry Canada Day.